Hello, this is Dion from PolySynergy, and I'm going to show you something else right now, which is much cooler than the absolute basics. We are finally going to make an actual agent. A simple one, but just to make you understand, or to give you an opportunity to understand how to build a basic agent. Again, this information is also available on the website as a tutorial, but I'm going to show you in the actual editor. So the last tutorial was about grouping, and before that was about the absolute basics about how to use this whole editor. I recommend you watching it if you haven't done that already, but this one will not be very hard as well. So maybe you just want to get right into the agent creation, and then we'll go from there. So I just cleared the setup that I had from the previous tutorials, and now I'm going to create an agent. So agent, I'll just type agent and you will see Agno agent. So Agno is the framework that I use in the backend to facilitate all the AI nodes. Very useful, very good and extensive framework. Really happy I chose Agno for all the AI functionality. Oh, I'm automatically getting ahead of myself. So what I did is place the agent and then I clicked avatar. So it will generate an avatar. This takes a little while because this is being generated by AI through the OpenAI API. Now, I always give them an avatar because it immediately makes clear which nodes are the agents. Well, there we go. This is an agent. The agent has all kinds of properties, but I'm going to keep it simple. The agent by itself cannot do much because it needs a model. It needs a model to work with. And for the model, I already have an account with OpenAI and the API of OpenAI. And you're going to need your own secret, of course. So if you haven't done so, go to OpenAI and make sure that you have an API key so you can talk to their APIs. So to give it a model, I'm going to have to type in OpenAI here, and then I will say I want the OpenAI model. So this is another node. You can also configure it quite precisely, but most of the time all you're going to need is the API key. I already added the API key here to secrets because otherwise I will have to show it in the tutorial and I don't want that, but you can add your own key by clicking the plus button. And then here you have the secret key. You give it something like OpenAI API key. And then here you paste the key of OpenAI, click save, and you will end up with a secret right here that contains the key. So you won't be able to see it after it's set because it's actually treated like a real secret. To use this secret, I can do that in two ways. So first of all, I can just click the plus button here, and then I get an extra node that I can drag here, and then I just connect it to the model. And then I can say, okay, the instance of the model will be connected here to model. That's okay. Usually I don't do this because I want to keep the amount of nodes as small as possible to keep everything clear and neat. So you can also do this. This chevron here, and then secrets, and then OpenAI API key, and then close it like this again. So this part here must be the same as the key you gave it. And this part here is for my system to detect, oh, we're going to get a secret. So this is enough. I can, now the agent has a model connected to it. But I also want to be able to talk to this agent. And to be able to talk to this agent, first of all, you can see here chat. So this is a chat window, and I can use this to prompt to the agent. And what I will do is press A, and then add a prompt node. So this here is the prompt node. And then I will connect prompt to prompt here. And from now on, I can say, hello, how are you doing? AI is thinking. You can see now that it's working, and you can see the output here in the editor as well. Hey, I'm ready to help, blah, blah, blah. There you go. There you have your first agent. But of course, this is a very, very simplistic and minimal setup. But you can see how it's done. One of the things you usually want is to give the agent a memory and also history. I will get into that much deeper later on. This is absolutely just to get you started. But here we have the response. But right now, if I say, for example, hello, my name is Dion, then it will say, okay, hello, Dion, blah, blah. But the next message, it completely forgot about me. What is my name? It has no idea, because every prompt will be treated as if it's the first prompt that it ever received. So to solve that, we are going to have to connect a database to the agent. I recommend simply choosing the Postgres SQL database that is already prepared in the system, so you don't have to connect anything else to it. You just take the Postgres SQL database and then just connect it here. And here you can also do some configuration. For example, should it read the chat history? Yes, I wanted to read the chat history, so it has the opportunity to check what was in history. Also, user memories are also enabled. So what it will do, if you tell it something that it thinks it should remember, then it will make a memory for the user. Here, since I connected the database, so let's remove the connection. Now you can see there's no storage connected. So there's no session and there's no user data. But if I connect this to the database input, now you can suddenly see that you have two new options here. So first of all, I can say user. So let me just name myself Harry. And let's also create a session. Session example agent tutorial, whatever. So session example agent tutorial. And now we have a new session here. If I say, hello, my name is Harry, how are you doing? Now it will remember that my name is Harry. Let's see. Hello, Harry, how are you doing? And what was my name again? If everything went all right, you will be able to see that it's right. So now it did remember my name. If I say something about my hobby, I like making software. It's my hobby and my job. It will remember that as well. So it will know about me. That's fantastic, Harry. So it's great to have your passion aligned with your career, blah, blah. You know how they talk. Pretty interesting. Now you can configure this agent much more than I just did. So for example, you can give it a name. That would be nice. So let's say this is my helpful full agent, and you will also see that now the response came from the helpful agent, of course. You have all kinds of properties here that can be defined, but instructions usually are pretty important. If you want to make sure that the agent behaves in a way that is predictable for you, you're going to have to write remarkable instructions. So for now, you can say, okay, keep it short, and what shall we say? And talk as if you are a pirate. I don't know. I always do that to test if everything is working. Now it should behave like a pirate. So what have you been up to lately? Let's see if it's able to talk like a pirate now. I've been sailing. So yes, everything seems to work. Those agents have a lot of, we can do a lot of cool stuff with them, but this is how you practically set them up in a basic manner. You can, by the way, also see that it has the true path output and the error output. So output is coming in one way through the stream, which allows me to display the data here, but the result is also in the true path eventually here as well. So you can pass along this data to whatever other thing that you're going to do with the output of the agent. We're also going to talk about how to use tools and custom tools and files and everything. But this is simply the basics. I hope you understand now how to set up an agent. And let's continue to do more interesting things with those agents. Experiment with it. By the way, you can always contact me through Discord or email me. This should be somewhere. Where did I leave this information? Honestly, let's see. I think it's... it must be, if I go back to the project, it must be here. Support page, right here, dion@polysynergy.com. You can contact me directly. You can also join the Discord server. Here's also a link to the online documentation. And by the way, if you find issues, please use the issue tracker and just add it there. That will be very helpful. Or send me feedback directly. This, by the way, is also an email address of mine, so you can also go there. Good luck and have fun, and see you soon.